we've got a ton of new content celebrating opening day in MLB the Show Diamond Dynasty. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know and the quickest way to get your hands on all of the newest release cards. Let's get into it. So up first, we definitely need to discuss the new Threads program that they released, a brand new set highlighting all of the new changes for players and the new teams that they are going to be on, capped off by the program headliner, the 88 Max Scherzer now with the Toronto Blue Jays, featuring a really good hits per nine at 90 overall, and a decent pitch mix with a pretty big velocity discrepancy with the 93-mile-an-hour fastball and 75-mile-an-hour slurve. Everyone's always looking for some starting pitching early on in the year, and Max Scherzer is going to give you a decent option. Now, when it comes to kicking off the start of this program, you are going to need 100 program points. And just like all of the other programs, the quickest and fastest way to get a head start is to simply do whatever moments that they have given for that program. And because there are so many new players on new teams, we've actually got 17 moments, which will tally 60 program points, which will get you well on your way to starting the program. Now, the first card you are going to unlock is Jesus Luzardo, now with the Philadelphia Phillies. He's got a fastball, slider, circle change, sinker, and 12-6 curve, as well as 84 hits per nine. You'll get him at 20 program points. Moving on down the list, we've got Michael Conforto, now with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The lefty batter features awesome contact and power against lefties, giving you an interesting option here if you want to go lefty-lefty, but you'll be able to get him at 40 program points. And then finally, at 60, if you complete all of the moments first, you will get the 85 Jorge Soler, who always has a fantastic swing in game and is a great option for you, especially if you are someone who has no money spent. Features great contact against lefties at 92, as well as good power from both sides of the plate. Speed and fielding is a little rough, so you're probably going to want to play him at DH. Now, obviously, Scherzer requires 100 program points, so getting to 60 with moments is a good start. But once you've finished that, you are going to have to move on to the program missions. Now, all of the cards that you unlock during the program, so Luzardo, Conforto, as well as Soler, and Gleyber Torres, we'll take a look at in a second, they all have missions to complete for 5 program points apiece. You just need to get 500 parallel XP in-game with each of these cards, and you will get the program points required. Speaking of Gleyber Torres, let's take a look as the 86 overall new Detroit Tiger has good contact, righty 87, lefty 92, as well as decent clutch at 90 overall, so no matter the position that he's in, with runners in scoring position or just a leadoff, he's got pretty good contact for you. Also features 91 power against lefties, so could be a good bench bat for you. Now, I also want to point out 3 other missions with parallel XP. If you get 1,000 parallel XP with new Threads players, you will get an additional 5. 1,750, another 5 on top of that, and then finally 2,500 will get you 10 more. However, the biggest addition to this program that works a little bit differently than the other ones released so far is that all of the new Threads player items, you can use any card for that player to unlock parallel XP while playing the game to work towards the program points. So, for example, Garrett Crochet, you need to earn 500 parallel XP with any Garrett Crochet player item, and that will net you 5 more program points. That means if you finish Diamond Quest early on at launch and you were able to get the Tops Now Garrett Crochet, this counts towards that program, as does his live series card. This is a pretty big W by SDS to help finish out the program a little bit quicker, and you can use any version of any of those cards required. Now, lastly, we've got some collections where you can collect all of the 86 overall Diamond players, who we'll touch on in just a little bit. However, I really wouldn't recommend that unless you are spending money. There's really no need to go out and get all of these. They're going to be very expensive because of the collection rewards. So again, you don't need to go ahead and do this. You can just finish the missions very quickly, and I'll show you how to do that. Because for opening day, they gave us yet another Conquest to complete, the baseball map Conquest, featuring all sorts of free cards that you can acquire early on and 4 more strongholds to take down. Again, for anyone new to Conquest, you just want to expand out as far as possible through the map. That way you get all of the hidden rewards as well as many reinforcements as you can for each turn going forward. Completing this Conquest as well and all of the goals, you'll get additional packs as well as a bundle at goal 4. And then finally, an additional deluxe pack and 3,500 XP for finishing the entire map. Now, the best way to not only complete the new Conquest, but also the new Threads program is to simply just put the players required to get the optional XP. So, for example, Isak Paredes, if you have his live series card, you can throw him in the lineup, as well as Gavin Lux, Kyle Higashioka, Jurickson Profar, Diamond Quest card, the 20th anniversary one from the tutorial. That'll work as well. And then every single new Threads player item that you can get that is going to have you flying through this program very quickly. So again, just go down to the optional missions and take a look at all of the player items that you can use. You don't need to have all of them, but you want to throw as many in your lineup as you can. That way you can work towards it very quickly. I just completed the Conquest, and I was able to get Max Scherzer by the time I finished the 4 Stronghold. Now, if you're watching this video on opening day or opening weekend, they also introduced something pretty crazy, and that is double parallel XP weekends. So for this weekend, any parallel XP you earn with any card will be doubled, meaning that if you have a card that you want to parallel 5 and grind out for, you can do it in half the time. But that also works towards every program that requires parallel XP. So for example, getting the 500 parallel XP with Jesus Luzardo, you can fly through this because you are getting double parallel XP every game for this weekend. Another massive win, in my opinion, from SDS to help us progress much faster through all of these programs and different things. This works for all of the programs as well. So for example, if you haven't finished the Tokyo Series missions, there's a repeatable Tokyo Series mission that has you earning 1,000 parallel XP with Tokyo Series players. If you've got a bunch of them in your lineup, you're going to earn double parallel XP with them, which means you'll be able to cruise through this very quickly. Now, when it comes to the collection for the new Threads content, it is highlighted by collecting all 28, and that will get you the 89 Diamond Anthony Santander of the Toronto Blue Jays. Always a fantastic swing, a switch hitter with decent contact, and 105 power versus righties, 106 versus lefties. A fantastic card. It is going to be very expensive, essentially because you have to collect so many of the new Threads player items, but nonetheless, a fantastic card. At 20 new Threads cards collected, you'll get the 88 Aroldis Chapman. And for anyone that is struggling with some bullpen arms, this is going to be one of the best in the game, especially on higher difficulties. 105 hits per 9, 118 Ks per 9 with that 99 mile an hour fastball, as well as a sinker at 95 with Outlier 2. Also features a splitter and slider. Just an absolute nasty bullpen arm for you. Also, got to shout out SDS for the insane Boston Red Sox theme team options to start the year. And then to start things off, once you collect 10 new Threads player items, you'll get the 88 Alex Bregman, 90 contact versus righties, 70 versus lefties, and then 80s power, only 75 clutch. So you might have some stronger options for you at third base, also as second base secondary, but as a Red Sox fan, gonna be on my team no matter what. Now, there is a card for every single one of those missions. So you've got Luis Severino from the Oakland Athletics, Jurickson Profar, who is a switch hitter, so could be a sneaky good gold card, and has 100 clutch. You've got Isak Paredes, who dominates left-handed pitching. Again, could be another great bench bat. You got Hye-Sung Kim from the LA Dodgers. This would probably be a theme team item. Hobie Milner of the Rangers has a gross delivery, always really annoying to go up against, and really good stats. 84 hits per 9, 89 K per 9, and 103 walks per 9. You've got Ryan Presley as well. Gavin Lux with that 100 contact versus righties and 102 clutch. Kyle Higashioka with the Rangers. Insane power versus righties and lefties for a catcher. Max Kepler of the Phillies. Pretty good contact. Nathaniel Lowe of the Washington Nationals. Again, 110 clutch, as well as some pretty strong contact against lefties. Clay Holmes of the New York Mets with a sinker and cutter combo. Now onto the diamonds, we've got the 86 Tanner Scott with a fastball slider circle change, 110 hits per 9, and 121 pitch and clutch. Tyler O'Neill, who just broke the record for most consecutive years with a home run on opening day. Absolutely insane power and contact versus lefties. Fantastic bench bat if you don't want to play him outright on your team. Jason Hayward with some pretty good power against righties. Jake Berger of the Rangers, awesome power from both sides of the plate. Gary Sanchez with some great power against lefties. You've got Max Fried of the New York Yankees with a fastball, curveball, sinker, circle change, and a sweeper. Paul Goldschmidt from the Yankees as well with good contact versus lefties. Justin Verlander of the Giants. Corbin Burns, who I feel like is awfully forgotten about with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Christian Walker at 88 overall with the Astros. Great contact versus lefties and power versus righties. Awesome fielding as well at 96. Cody Bellinger with the Yankees with 102 contact versus lefties and 101 clutch. Willy Adames from the Giants. Great contact and power versus righties, as well as pretty good fielding. Kenley Jansen at 88 overall from the LA Angels with 111 hits per 9. Cutter, slider, two-seamer. So pretty tough pitch mix. Then Walker Buehler at 88 overall. Has a fastball, cutter, 12-6 curve, sinker, and sweeper with pretty good stats, pretty much 80 and above across the board. Now, to earn some of these new Threads diamonds, you've got a new Diamond Quest that you can work towards, which has been a very well-received mode. As you can see, the new Threads map will give you an option in the rare round to get Jason Hayward or Jake Berger. The epic rewards will be Willy Adames and Walker Buehler. I personally have been really enjoying this mode and definitely going to spend some time in this map so that I can ensure myself that 88 Walker Buehler. Now, if you are looking for some of the diamonds that are in packs, there are new Threads packs that you can get. You're also going to earn a ton by just finishing that Conquest in the program. I didn't really have a ton of luck with the new Threads packs or anything like that, but I was able to grab myself Adley Rushman from ripping all of the show packs that I got from just completing the Conquest itself. So definitely where I'd recommend spending your time if that's the route you want to go to grind out some of these cards. The last thing I want to show off is for newer players. Opening day started the Supercharged cards, and for anyone that is new to the game or maybe just coming over from NHL, if you click on player updates and then Supercharged players, it will give you the list of current Supercharged players, and this is one of the coolest features in any Ultimate Team sports game. Essentially, whenever a player pops off in a game in real life, their card will get Supercharged. We'll take Willie Abreu, who had 2 nukes against the Texas Rangers, including a 3-run shot in the 9th to secure the dub for the Boston Red Sox. As you can see, he gets boosted up his live series card from 77 all the way to 87 for the next 2 days and 20 hours at the time of this recording, and you can see all of the attributes that will go up during that time. So instead of having 60 power versus righties, for the next 2 to 3 days, he's going to have 95. Same thing goes for Framber Valdez, who went 7 shut on opening day for the Astros. He goes from 80 to an 87. As you can see, he gets 100 stamina, as well as 86 hits per 9. So always be on the lookout, and this is another reason why completing the live series is so good and what I would recommend doing early on, because once you complete the live series, no matter who gets boosted via Supercharged, you're going to have that card available to you for their duration of being Supercharged. So that is going to do it for all of the latest content in MLB The Show. Thank you guys again for watching. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. Be sure to answer them. Have a good one.